back take, okay? So, guys, we're gonna have, here if I'm passing guard, he always has two answers, right? Good guard players don't like their guards to get passed, and they're gonna really do everything possible to not let points score on them. So always when maybe they kind of lose everything, the last ditch thing is to go to turtle so that they're able to recover. And on the top, if you force somebody to give the back, it's like a present to you as long as you know how to follow and take it. So always when I'm here, my partner has two ways they're going to turn. They're either going to be here, they're going to face me, so we're going to do this one second, or they're going to turn away from me to the turtle. Okay, so this is the first one we're going to do. Now my partner is going to turn away. So we're going to set it on a super simple guard pass. And my partner is just going to be here to the turtle. You can even keep this shoulder on the floor. Yes, because a lot of times they will already just do the forward roll to recover the guard here. The first thing I want to do is I want to make sure that my hip connects to their hip. The more that I'm forward, the less I have to be able to control and feel where he's going to go. For him to replace the guard, he's going to move the hip. If I feel the way the hip is, I'm one step ahead, I'm going to be able to follow it and continue with him. Now I'm going to connect my seatbelt. So here, this one's hanging on the hip. I don't want to go too deep because he does have one escape that he can trap and roll me. So I want to keep it back here, and then I'm going to connect my seatbelt. But first, I want to keep the hip pretty connected with him. Now I'm going to change my legs. So my far leg is going to come to the near side, and then I'm going to step over just right here. It doesn't have to be deep. It's literally like my heel is going to make in the pocket, and now I'm going to put all of my weight sideways. So I'm here, I'm going to turn him sideways, but if you look, when I go, I'm sitting. Okay, so I didn't pull him on top of me. I sit, and I'm going to go all the way to the other side, pull my second hook in here. I'm going to finish on the back. Okay? Guys, you know the top that you play with as a kid, that you like spin the top, and it has the point, right? And as long as it's on the point, the top keeps spinning. So this back control, I want you to think of like that. Your butt is the point, and the more that you're on that point, the more it's going to allow you to move well. As soon as you go like on your back, the top stops spinning, right? So think of that with this. So we're going to be here. I'm going to lower my level, hip, knee. I start to pass. My partner's going to turn away. Right away, I want to follow. I'm going to connect my seatbelt, change my legs. Bring it in. 1, 2, step over. And now I'm going sideways. I'm going to find my top. Sitting on my butt. Bring him all the way to the other side. So just so you guys can see the hook on the one side here. And then be here, pass, follow the hip. The leg, I'm tucking. So I just tuck it along his body. I'm not putting the hook inside on this side. I tuck it, seatbelt, hook goes over, use this to bring him all the way to the other side. Let's go, guys. Ready, 1, 2. Last minute, guys. I have some more you guys used your hands, right? Maybe I'm just kidding stuff. First one, we take the back, and my partner right away when I pass the guard, they turn away from me to their knees. sometimes the person, like more half guard players, they tend to like face you more. They look for underhooks, they try to come out and take singles, right? So if I'm here and I'm going and I try to be here, maybe I'm trying to finish in side control, already he has the underhook. It's gonna be a lot of work for me to try to re-swim so I'm able to flatten him. With the underhook, if he has the underhook, it's like impossible that I'm gonna be able to stay here. Even when I start putting pressure, he's always gonna just come out, right? He's to my back, he can go to my leg with a single, right? And I lose my position. So when this situation happens, that they're defending, and I already am here, and I lose the underhook, first I have to go around the head, and usually in that situation, because I'm going around the head, they're gonna continue forward to the knees, okay? So the first thing that I wanna do is I wanna post the hand on his hip, because I wanna slow the hip movement down. So I wanna put pressure here so that he's not able to continue forward, okay? Now I'm gonna take one big step over the head. So here you can see the knee is on the floor, same side as the hip. I'm gonna take one big step over, and now I'm gonna switch the knees. So I'm literally, this knee's gonna go to the ground, other knee's gonna come up, and now as I'm moving, he's gonna continue to the knees. I'm coming around, and again, if he beats me and I don't control well, he can step up this side, step up, and recover the guard. Yes, right? It's gonna replace the guard on me. So again, when I'm coming around, I need to make sure that I connect the hip right away and I keep the control. So I'm here, right away. I'm heavy on his hip. You can see he already kind of fell a little bit. So I'm heavy on his hip. And now I'm in the same position that I was before. I just added one movement going around the head. So I'm gonna connect again my seatbelt. I'm gonna change my legs over. I'm gonna use this that I hang and I'm going sideways. I want to try to make my pin top, staying on my butt, finish here on his back. So I'm going to be here, starting to pass, knee down, he has the underhook. I have to continue moving around the head, he turns, find my seatbelt, fix my legs, finish on the back with my hooks and my seatbelt, okay? Let's go, guys. Ready, 1, 2. So we're gonna get to our chokes. We're gonna do our chokes with the back take today. But before I get into the chokes, everyone here have some idea of the bow and arrow? Raise your hand if you know this choke. The bow and arrow, kind of? Okay. So I'm just going to show you guys the position of the bow and arrow, but then I'm going to put it together with the back. So here on the back, there's a very common submission. It's called the bow and arrow. It's very strong. Guys, remember always the top hand of my seatbelt is going to open, and I want to feed this, like thumb in and like cinch it. The more I'm able to open and cinch this and get the closer to the neck, the faster the choke is going to be. And very traditional bow and arrow is that I grab the pants, I'm going to pull myself out this way, and I fix my legs here, okay? So we're not going to use the pan today. We're going to have the arm under, and we're gonna have it on this far lapel. And the job of this grip is to pull the slack down. So I'm just pulling all the slack down. But this also, if he's trying to go to his left, this helps me to bring him back. So I like this grip a lot more when I'm choking from the back because I have better control of his movement, okay? But I just want you guys to know in your mind, it's the same as having it here. It's just here, and then my legs are gonna be here, okay? So this, I wanna go all the way over the shoulder. I'm locking like a guard here. And again, I'm like on my, my top. I'm sitting on my butt. I don't have my back on the floor, and he's in my lap. So all his weight is off of me. Imagine he's really big. I don't want that weight to be on top of me. Here it's very difficult for him to put any weight on top of me, and I already have the legs very well to be able to choke him here, okay? So we're gonna put this all together with our back take. Just so the movement is a little bit less, we're just gonna do the first one, where they turn away. And for me, the best time to choke somebody is when they're more concerned about recovering the position. And this has actually been my highest percentage finish competing, because I got very good at feeding the lapel in the transition, and then once you have the first grip fed very well, it's just very hard for them to defend. So I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna do the same, that I'm passing, and my partner is gonna go to the knees, okay? So here's my seatbelt. Remember, the top part of my seatbelt is the one that's gonna choke. So my underarm, I'm gonna use that I'm gonna open the lapel here, and this just helps me that I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna feed my choking grip, okay? So here it doesn't have to be super deep and actually more advanced. I'm just gonna put in your guys' head. The best thing that you can do is learn how to feed this, but actually not let it touch their neck, because then they don't feel it. They don't even realize that you already have the lapel, and when you start to switch your body, you're gonna be able to choke them very well, but they don't even know it's coming, okay? And here, he has one arm, but the other one is underneath him. So he only has one to defend right now. It makes it very easy that I'm gonna come in, I already have the grip, okay? So I'm just gonna have the grip. This one, just because I'm not gonna be able to grab it, it can just go like in the armpit here, okay? I'm gonna switch my legs. Same that we did. 1, 2. Now as I'm going, because I am starting to move, I have more space, this hand is gonna go to that other lapel that I talked about. I'm gonna use my top, I'm gonna pull him the same way, but now instead of putting the hook in, I'm gonna worry to bring the leg over the shoulder, lock like a guard, and now I already have my choke. That I'm pinching the knees together and pulling the arm here. Okay, so I'm gonna finish here in my bow and arrow position. I'm gonna do it one time just so you see how it looks without the explanation. So I'm gonna fall into the choke very well. So I'm here, same as we did our drill, he's gonna move. And to use this, I open the door, feed. So I'm going through, thumb goes in, grab the gi. Switch my legs, and now when my hook is coming, I'm gonna have this space, I'm gonna come through and grab this far lapel. And I'm bring him, so remember I'm gonna sit on my top. I'm gonna move just a second so you guys can see this side. So I'm sitting on the top, this one went through, I'm grabbing this lapel. So remember, without my legs, I'm pulling down. Now I'm gonna fix the legs. This one already went across the belly instead of leaving it as a hook. Over the shoulder, block like a guard, pushing the knees together, pulling, finish the choke. Let's go, guys. Ready, 1, 2. Pull the choke a little bit, and I'm gonna show you guys first just from the back. Okay, so I'm gonna start here on the back in the position that we were in. And here is very hard. My legs are very strong. I have good control. Hard for him to get out. Okay? He has to really focus on getting rid of the grip. But then even from here, I can go and finish armbar if I lose this choking grip. Or I also can change to the triangle on the back, right, when I lose the choke. We're gonna work on following the choke, and we're gonna work on if I'm here before I'm able to get the leg across, it's possible that they are trying to put the back on the floor here, right? So if I end up here and the leg is caught, maybe worse, he's like on top of my leg, I'm not gonna be able to get to this position to finish the choke, okay? So So now I have to work on my back retention to be able to fix everything so I can still choke him. So I'm gonna be here, but now he's like putting the back on the floor and he's starting to escape, okay? So the thing I don't wanna let happen is I don't want the shoulders to come out too much. Put your shoulders all the way on the floor. And then I really lose everything, okay? So I need to first focus to really keep this elbow very tight and behind the head. If you guys want to come and look this side, 1 second. You can see that my elbow is sitting on my thigh. This helps me to close the space. The more it's open, the more his head's gonna come out. So I need to keep the elbow behind the head and nice and tight. And now, the way he is, if he's on top of my leg, sometimes I need to make the hook to be able to throw him off of me. But now I'm gonna come on the top. So you can see I have a lot of space here. Once I throw him, I need to stay connected. So my chest is gonna come, and I'm gonna fix. And I'm gonna step here to S mount first, okay? So I'm gonna be here in S mount. My other leg is gonna be behind him, and I wanna keep my chest nice and close. Now I'm gonna let go of this grip that I had on the lapel, and I'm just gonna go underneath the arm. I'm gonna stretch a little bit so I can shoot it behind his head. Okay, and I'm gonna finish from here. I'm not even gonna go back to the back, I'm just gonna finish on the top. So now I'm pulling up, and this one is chopping the head to finish the choke, okay? So we're gonna put it all together. So I'm gonna be here, same thing, partner's gonna go away. I'm gonna feed my choke, step over, start to flip him, but now he is already like defending, right? I put his finish here. So now I need to fix myself. I'm gonna connect, make a hook, throw him, so I'm here. I want to keep the chest connected and always focusing to close the elbow. Step over to S mount, and now I'm just gonna finish on the top. I'm gonna hug the arm, stretch it a little bit, just so I have the space to go behind the head. Now I'm gonna chop everything to finish the choke. Let's go, guys. Ready? 1, 2. Start putting it all together. Yes, this is more this situation when you remember this escape with the hip moving around. That is the situation. Now for you, you have to follow. So see that she's on her leg. Yep. Prop her. Yes. Beautiful. So that leg comes out. Yes. Go more on your side. Okay, so always I like to do my first when they're going to turn away, that I want to set everything up, take the back, and finish already in this position. But things don't always go your way in jiu-jitsu. People are moving, they're a live person. And sometimes when I'm trying, they defend like this, and maybe they start to come over this, my leg here, just over. Yes, right, they're here, and now I can't bring the leg. So I have to fix everything, okay? So similar, then what we just did, I'm gonna have him, as he starts to escape, so this time he's gonna do more of the work. I'm gonna bring the leg back here, okay? So I bring the leg back, this one is toes on the floor, and it's gonna help me to come back on the top, and I wanna fix this one, right? It's more like a hook right now. I wanna fix it so the leg steps over, and now I'm gonna come here. So if you look at the back leg here, this is really important because when I step back, if I have my leg perpendicular, it's super awkward on my hip, right? Like my leg bends very weird, and is here I already feel a lot of pressure on my knee. Maybe you hurt yourself, okay? So the way that I want to fall is I want to bring here my leg parallel to the back, and now I'm going to sit again on the top, and I'm going to fall the other side, and I'm going to be able to bring the legs back to the position and still finish the choke, okay? So I'm resetting so that I keep the back, I have the choke already set up, and I can finish in this bow and arrow. So I'm here, I go, set everything up, maybe I'm trying to go, and he already is like throwing himself that way. So now I'm gonna have him go, bring the leg out, toes on the floor, step over, and I'm gonna be here, hold him, fix the legs, finish with my bow and arrow. Let's go, guys. Ready? Go flat and just put one more. Let's see. Yes. Here, right? That they really throw themselves this way. Nice. And now, already it's out. We're gonna bring your toes back, and then bring your toes back. Yep. Can you more on your side? More on your side. Yes. Bring the leg back. Yes. On the floor. Now push it down. Yes. Yes. Yeah. That is the movement to help you get up. So I'm here, big on my leg, like he jumped over. Now I'm going to bring it back, and then my toes will come. Boom. And it's going to help me to push myself back on the top. Down. Ready for it. And then now you're going to fix yourself, and you're going to re-fall. Yep, already to the bone arrow. Yes. Yep.